Coming up next on the Met Report,
I am truly honored to be the 9th president of this university.
the president of MSU Denver talks about her experience and vision.
Our professors are providing great work in and outside of the classroom.
The Lion King is coming to a new screen, and the queen who's starring in it will give you no worries.
And in sports, we give you an inside look on what to expect from the MSU Denver men's basketball team this upcoming season. The Met Report starts now.
Thank you for joining us on the Met Report. I'm Vinny Thomas.
And I'm Yakta Skandari.
2 suspects are at large after breaking the window of a car and stealing a blue sedan. Campus police have released an image of 2 individuals who allegedly stole a vehicle from the Aspen parking lot. Security cameras caught the 2 arriving from the Auraria West Light Rail Station. That's the station nearest to the 5th Street garage. One suspect is described as a white male in his early 40s, the other a Hispanic male of a similar age.
Recent events have left people without a feeling of safety in their day-to-day lives. Tony Almanza talked with faculty and students about safety on campus.
You know, I feel pretty safe. I mean, I think the police do a really good job around here just patrolling the campus, and you know, it's a pretty safe environment.
Now I'm nervous to walk to my car, so I make sure I have my mace and stuff on me.
In light of the recent tragedies involving gun violence, the safety of the Auraria campus has been questioned. Police Chief Michael Phibbs explains the strategies that go into keeping our campus safe.
I'm trying to make sure that we stay on top of our response plans for everything that happens. So every time we have one of these terrible incidents around our country, we have to take a look at it and say, what did law enforcement do that was good there? And where could they have had a better response, and how can we make sure we have that better response next time?
Although steps are being taken in keeping our campus safe, Dr. Allison Cotton in the Criminal Justice and Criminology Department at MSU Denver explains that more can be done to keep crime at bay.
So with that, the increased awareness, I wouldn't mind if we had more live cameras around campus so that everything that's happening is being filmed. It's one thing to be able to watch the cameras later on after something has happened in order to identify a suspect. But what if we hired more police to actually watch the campus activities during the day?
No matter how safe you feel on campus, there are steps to ensure your safety.
We know that students get assaulted in the daytime as well as in the evening. They get assaulted in groups as well as when they're walking by themselves. So I think one of the biggest things that we need to stress on our campuses is for all students to be aware. Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of hidden corners and bushes and trees and things where people can hide. Always pack your expensive things in your backpack and be ready to run if you need to, or be ready to escape.
If you see or hear about any criminal activity here on campus, be sure to call or text a tip to 720-593-TIPS or 8477. For the Met Report, I'm Tony Almanza.
Janine Davidson has now served as president of Metro for more than 100 days. Reporter Corey O'Leary checks in with her to learn about her vision for the future of our school.
MSU Denver is an amazing place, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here. So thank you all for being here to help me celebrate this special day with you. I am truly honored to be the 9th president of this university.
President Janine Davidson is responsible for Metro's 19,544 undergraduate students. She has extensive experience in coordinating large bodies of people. During her tenure as the Undersecretary of the United States Navy, she was responsible for approximately 900,000 sailors, Marines, and civilians.
Working in the Pentagon is not unlike working at a large university. The relationship between the faculty and the president is not unlike the relationships that I had with admirals and generals.
Experienced in controlling large operations, President Davidson also has experience in a classroom setting.
I was a professor at a couple different universities. I mean, I knew I wanted to come back to the academic environment and work with students and faculty.
This vision emphasizes students' retention and success, with President Davidson claiming she will redesign student services in order to achieve these goals.
A lot of times you have schools that you have a career center and you have student services and they're all disconnected. Well, if we can link these together in a holistic way, then students will be able to have a lot more clarity on how their pathways will work, and then we can support them through the whole journey.
President Janine Davidson would like Metro to be known as
the model university for places where people can come here with their zigzaggy lives or not and be successful citizens. That's the American dream, and it's slipping away in a lot of places around the country. So I want Metro to be the place that holds that line.
For the Met Report, Corey O'Leary.
St. Cajetan's Cathedral will host 8 gubernatorial candidates this Sunday, November 12th at 12 p.m. The event is being held for voter education purposes. Attendees will have the opportunity to hear the positions of all the candidates on a variety of issues. Environmental policy, immigration, and the democratic process will all be discussed.
Industrial design professor John J. Wanberg is working on a fuel-efficient 3-wheeled vehicle. The design is meant to be aesthetically pleasing but also practical. The vehicle is electric and it is able to tilt when it turns on roads almost like a motorcycle. Wanberg has spent several years working on this project, from the initial planning stages to the final prototype. With the end of the semester quickly approaching, here are a couple of reminders to keep you on track before winter break. FAFSA 2017 to 2018 is now open for all students. MSU Denver offers a one-on-one FAFSA consultation every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the Financial Aid Office inside the Student Success Building. Class registration for next semester is also open, so be sure to register for the classes you want before they're snatched up. Finals start on Monday, December 11th through the 15th, so start cramming now. Well, Yekta, it is certainly warm working on all those FAFSA applications, but it's a little chilly outside. Douglas, what do you have for us for weather?
Yeah, you know what, Vinny? It was chilly this morning. It's warming up now. We're starting to see the sun finally peek through. Right now, looking on campus, this is something we have not seen in a few days. Pure sunshine right above us. We do have that kind of brown cloud hanging over the city today, and we're going to see that as we go throughout the rest of the day. That's because of that temperature inversion we have going on right now. But you can also see that on satellite and radar. You can see those clouds slowly starting to billow out. We do still see those higher level clouds right here over the city, and we're going to continue to see those as we move through the rest of the day today. However, our temperatures here are going to be warm. Again, 56 degrees, as I was saying just a little bit ago. Our winds are going to be light today, and those clouds, as I mentioned, they're going to stick around and they're going to be a part of most of the day today. And we will see our temperatures quickly drop tonight. Between 5 and 9 p.m., we will drop from 45 down to 38 degrees. Those clouds are still going to be there, so if you are heading out and doing anything tonight, you will want to make sure you bring that jacket along with you, just because it is going to get a little bit on the chilly side. And our low, again, dropping down to 33 degrees. Now, coming up here in just a little bit, I'm going to talk a little bit about that snow and ice we saw earlier this week. If you're like me, you probably were scraping your windshield a little bit. And I'm also going to talk about that weekend outlook. We have a lot going on this weekend, including the start of ski season. And I'll let you know how long we can expect this warm weather to continue.
Up next, our very own Alina Perry interviews some unique farm residents.
Your favorite childhood books are back, this time as a musical.
Oh, the things you can think. Oh, the things you can think.
Ever since Trump announced that he would rescind the DACA program, the recipients of it and other dreamers have been pushing back to recover it. Many protests and walkouts have occurred to give the cause more recognition. Many students on campus have spoken out against the possible removal. Although other state-run programs like DACA, no other offers the security and protection like it.
Even if the DACA issue isn't resolved, we have other options, and you know, the undocumented students will continue to persevere despite any changes with DACA. These group of young people that for the first time had prospects of living a normal life, which is going to school, getting a job, and living that regular American lifestyle. And when you took that away, it's like you really took the rug from under their feet.
Hopefully you registered to vote and gave your input on the ballot this season. The local elections recently happened and many issues have been voted on, like renovating a part of the Denver Art Museum and building a new education center at the Botanical Gardens. These students are very passionate about where their taxpayer money goes.
The Denver Art Museum has always been one of my favorite places. I'm a Colorado native and went there a lot growing up and was so excited that about 10 years ago they did another renovation that I was really excited about.
The time I visited Denver, that north side was open. I believe it was 2 years ago, and the last time I went back to the art museum I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't open.
Whole Foods will be opening a new Union Station location very soon. The market will also provide 3 restaurants, a mac and cheese bar, and 100 pound tower of cheese. Wow, I'm suddenly very hungry. Other restaurants, which are part of the Friends of Whole Foods Market, will be included in the store, providing locals and visitors with a variety of foods and beverages. Whole Foods will be opening its doors on November 15th.
An animal sanctuary in Erie is teaching the community how to live a more caring lifestyle. Alina Perry has more on this special refuge.
Down a quiet street in the town of Erie, Colorado, hides a little red sign that stands tall for the entrance of a home for some very special creatures. The Lovin' Arms Animal Sanctuary is a 40-acre farm that houses a variety of farm animals, both small, large, and everything in between. I got to talk with Alexis Miller to see how this sanctuary got started over 2 years ago.
The first resident here was Holly, the horse. She is a white horse, and Charlene and Shelby adopted her as a companion animal. And after they adopted her, they started looking for other horses in auction houses. And when they went into those auction houses, they found that there were a lot of other farmed animals in need of rescue. So that's how they got started with the sanctuary.
The main goal of the Loving Arms Animal Sanctuary is to allow the community a chance to come and meet these animals while also educating them on how to live a more compassionate lifestyle.
Compassionate lifestyle to Loving Arms means allowing these animals to live and to live out their lifespans in a comfortable habitat, which is as most natural as we can give them.
Loving Arms offers 2 different tours to help teach the community how to live a compassionate and alternative lifestyle.
So we have our Connect tour, which shows our visitors, our residents, we tell their stories, we talk about their species. The Compassion tour is where we also talk about our residents here and share their stories, but we do a deep dive into the plight of their species in this world today. Then we also give alternatives to factory farming to how we can help these species.
Visitors are also encouraged to come and volunteer their time at Loving Arms Sanctuary. For the Met Report, Alina Perry.
Well, Yekta, growing up, I loved farm animals, so I can't wait to go visit sometime.
Yes, and speaking of childhood interests, 2 Metro graduates are starring in a musical based on Dr. Seuss books. Avery Anderson has more at the King Center.
That's right, guys. Both Eli Stewart and Cassie Lujan started here at the King Center with the MSU Denver Theater Department, honing in on their acting skills. And since graduation, they've now gone on to create the whimsical world of Seussical the Musical with Town Hall Arts Center. Take a look.
Oh, the things you can think. Oh, the things you can think if you're willing to try. Think invisible ink, or a gink with a stink, or a stare left eye.
I'm Eli Stewart, and I'm playing the mayor of Whoville.
It's true, sir. We're who's, I'm a who, and so are we.
So my name is Cassie Lujan, and I play the sour kangaroo in Seussical the Musical.
You're the biggest playful in the jungle of doom, and I don't care what there.
Seussical the Musical is sort of like all of Dr. Seuss's musicals jammed into one storyline. It's a lot of fun, a lot of chaos.
Dr. Seuss really lends itself well to music with that rhyming pattern.
They're such lively, big, wild characters.
Kids will enjoy it, and then adults will look at it and go, oh, I remember that from when I was growing up.
Stewart and Lujan share more than just being cast members. They are both graduates of the MSU Denver Theater Department.
I believe it was my junior year. I worked on the costumes when we had light up costumes, we had glitter sneakers, so I was really excited to get to be a part of it on stage this time.
So you can go out into the world and say, oh, I know exactly what this is because the style compares to this that I did in college.
I can say that my education at Metro completely prepared me for this step in my life.
All the things you can think and wonder and dream, far and wide as you dare. All the things you can think.
It's important for families to be able to come to a production like Seussical and be able to just come and have fun.
People should come see Seussical the Musical because Dr. Seuss is amazing and these characters are hilarious.
Now, Lujan in particular has really made a name for herself here in the Colorado theater scene, and she did tell me that this will be her last production here in Colorado before moving out of state, so you'll definitely want to go and catch her in that show, now playing at Town Hall Arts Center. For the Met Report, Avery Anderson.
Thanks, Avery. With the passing of Bond Measure 2B, the Denver Zoo will finally proceed with the next phase of its master plan. The Denver Zoo will soon begin construction on the state-of-the-art veterinary building. The new facility will replace the existing Gates Center and overlook a new African savanna exhibit in the next stage of improvement. Guests will be able to view procedures and treatments from an operation gallery above the surgery room. According to Gun Violence Archive, there have been 307 mass shootings in the last 309 days. One school in Florida is offering parents bulletproof panels to insert in students' backpacks in the event of a mass shooting. Although the Miami private school has never had a shooting incident, the school's official said that it would add an additional level of protection if there was an active shooter. Teachers are trained to instruct their students to use their backpack as a shield. Each panel costs $120, but it's not mandatory for students to have.
The city of Fort Collins has approved a proposal to build a citywide network broadband network that would treat the internet as a public utility like water and electricity. The proposal would allow a network to be built that provides the entire city and nearby areas with gigabit-per-second download speeds. An anti-broadband group in Fort Collins has spent more than $450,000 campaigning against the network, saying that it would take money away from infrastructure initiatives. Despite this, the city has been given a green light to proceed with construction after a recent vote.
Well, we started off the week with some of that, not really snow, it was kind of that freezing drizzle that we saw, and it made you had to kind of scrape your car early on Wednesday morning if you were up that early for classes, and this is why we saw that. Typically in the wintertime, we see just snow. In the middle of the winter, it's cold at all levels of the atmosphere. However, in the early fall and late spring, we see this layer down here that provides us with that freezing moisture like we saw the other day. Now, what happens is this moisture starts to fall as rain. As it's coming down, it passes through this freezing layer. That's when it freezes, and when it falls on our cars, that's what gives that thick ice that we see on them. We don't see it a lot here in Denver. Pretty much early on in the fall and late in the spring is when we start to see that come back some more. But since we're not used to it here, it can throw us off when we're on the roads. So again, since we don't see it very often, it's good to use this as a reminder of what to do. You never, ever want to hit your brakes, and you don't want to accelerate either. You just want to steer straight and just keep going, and that is really the best way to handle those situations, because we did see some black ice on the roads, and that did create a mess for traffic early on in the week. It's all cleared out of here now, though, and we are only seeing some clouds up in the upper levels that we talked about earlier, and we're going to see those start to clear out of the area completely by Saturday morning. So if you're going out tomorrow morning to any Veterans Day celebrations, it's going to be a good day. And then check this out, guys, in the high country also, clear skies except for a chance of snow that we're going to see up in the northern mountains. But down here, again, clear throughout all of the day tomorrow. And our temperatures from today, we're going to see temperatures tonight decrease down into the upper 30s and lower 40s throughout the region. 40 here in Denver by 8 o'clock tonight. Again, you'll want that light jacket as you're headed out this evening, but it shouldn't be too bad of a night out there. By tomorrow morning, we're going to warm things up to 56 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to hit the mid to upper 50s tomorrow. And by tomorrow night, we're going to cool things back down to 37 degrees here in Denver by tomorrow night. Tomorrow, our high temperature, 57 degrees. We're going to clear those clouds out that we're seeing right now. Those will be gone by the time we get into tomorrow, and we will see just sunny, clear skies. And we're going to see our daytime planner for tomorrow. We'll be at 54 degrees at 1 p.m., 45 by tomorrow night. And we're going to drop the temperatures by 9 o'clock to 38 degrees. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, it's a great forecast, a great week in store for us here in Denver. If you're heading out tomorrow to any of those Veterans Day celebrations, or you're headed up to the high country for opening day of ski season, 58 degrees, it should be a nice sunny week, and we're going to reach the upper 60s by the end of the week. Now, I got to give credit where credit's due on this one. This was from my mom. She took it this morning and sent it to me. This was the sunrise this morning. Those upper level clouds just gave for a spectacular sunrise. And we want to see your pictures also, though. If you are happening to catch a nice sunrise and you take a picture of it, send it to us. We want to see it. You can send that to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Hey guys, and a happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here, and I got you guys covered on a comedy that's fun for the whole family.
Hey, how's your day? Stepdads and dads don't always get along, but Dusty and I have this co-dad thing on lockdown.
These crazy daddies are back at it again, starring in Bad Dads 2. Brad and Dusty decide to invite their own fathers home for the holidays and find themselves in another family drama when they arrive. Both granddads are complete polar opposites, and come to everyone's surprise, they don't attract. Bad Dads 2 opens today, so go and check it out and see Mo daddies with Mo problems.
Christmas, Brad, I'm telling you, the only person that can ruin your Christmas is looking back at you from that mirror.
All I see is you, Brad.
Sorry, right here. There we go.
Still you, Brad.
Now, I know that any movie that's starring Will Ferrell is absolutely hilarious, so you guys ought to check out that one. My next must-see for you guys to check out tells a story of a mystery that might be hard to solve and may remind you guys of a popular board game. Murder on the Orient Express is a thrilling mystery movie about a murder that has taken place on the lavish train. 13 strangers are forced to solve the puzzle and figure out which one of their train mates is a killer. Starring Kenneth Branagh and Penelope Cruz, this movie will have you ready to play a game of Clue. Well, I know I will definitely be checking out that movie. My childhood dreams are actually coming true and watching a real-life Clue right before my eyes. And speaking of dreams coming true, a certain talented singer received a well-deserved award that will last forever. That's right, Selena Quintanilla finally received her well-deserved Hollywood star. The Grammy Award-winning singer who gifted the world with a beautiful voice and loving and vivacious spirit was celebrated this week. Fans expressed their excitement all over social media for the singer's success. Hundreds of fans gathered at her Hollywood star ceremony with a record-breaking crowd. Selena has gone down in history as one of the most beloved and talented singers who left us way too soon. Congratulations to Selena and her family on that major accomplishment. Wow, and the good news just keep coming this week because it just has been announced that The Lion King is coming to a theater near you, and this time with a whole new cast. That's right, The Lion King will be a musical drama directed by Jon Favreau and produced by, of course, none other than Walt Disney Pictures. This TV musical also stars Donald Glover playing Simba and the Queen herself, Beyoncé, playing Nala. Set to release on July 19 of 2019, and I know the anticipation is killing you like it's killing me, but I'm sure it'll be well worth the wait. I know it has secretly been a lifelong dream of mine to star in The Lion King, the Broadway musical, but I definitely can't sing, so that's out of the picture for me. So I'll just have to live through Beyoncé when she's performing as Nala. And that's all I have for EMET. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you guys stay tuned because sports is next.
What's up, guys? Celeste Zubia here with the latest in Roadrunner sports. Soccer season is officially over as our men's team lost in the second round of the playoffs last week. But how about that volleyball team? The red and blue went undefeated this past weekend as they near the end of the regular season. Check it out.
Kind of had to find some composure.
On Friday, the Roadrunners took on Western State, and the Mountaineers started out hot, putting down MSU Denver with some kills to start out the first set. But that wouldn't last long as Stephanie Laraway and Alexis Benda start the groove with the block. And from there on out, it is Roadrunner Volleyball as Lyric Abear gets the service ace and Vasadi Fiatella, as well as Taylor Duryea, and then Vasadi again to get the kill and defeat the Western State Mountaineers 3-0.
Kind of had to find some composure on our side of the net, make a few adjustments from a blocking standpoint and a defensive standpoint. And I think once we kind of leveled out, the match felt a little bit more in control.
I'm telling you guys that the women's team is playing incredible as of late. I can't wait to see how they do in the postseason. Now, switching topics a little bit, basketball season is around the corner, and there are new few things that you guys should expect from this team. It's a new season for the MSU Denver men's basketball team, which means new players, and for this year's team, a new head coach that the squad is already familiar with.
He's bringing a lot of positivity, and we need that a lot. I think he's great at just, pointing out the good things and move forward every day.
After being an assistant coach for 7 years in the program, Michael Ball starts his first year as a head coach for the Roadrunners.
I think we're going to put a product on the floor that everyone can appreciate, and we have a bunch of guys who care about each other, and we play unselfish basketball. So, I can't be more excited, for this opportunity.
A new opportunity to change a few things for his team.
We're definitely trying to play a little bit faster offensively, see if we can't get up in the 80s and 90s in terms of pushing the basketball. And that's a big change of philosophy at times from last year.
As a player, it's a fun way to play and, get a lot of points, and it's up and down, and I think it's exciting for the fans too.
It's really fun, it's aggressive, it's different. Everyone plays really slow, so it's fun to be a little bit different than any other team in the country.
Oh, I much rather want to score 90 points a game than 60 points a game, so it's exciting for all of us. Pretty much just get up and down the floor, shoot some threes. He focused a lot on sharing the ball and passing the ball, so I think you're going to see a lot of passes compared to last year.
And to Coach Ball, there's only one process to make this happen.
The process is attitude and effort. Making sure that we play extremely hard, and if we lose the way we want to lose. And that's more of what we try to talk about with our guys, and the guys up to this point have been outstanding.
For the Met Report, Celeste Zubia. All right, well, I don't know about you guys, but after interviewing Coach Ball and some of those new players, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do this season.
Absolutely. I can't wait for basketball season to start.
Yeah, especially because it's inside, you know what I mean? Tell us about the weather, Dan.
Inside, you know what? Inside is a good place to be for those of us that don't like the cold weather. The good news is, though, this week is not going to be cold. We're going to see some warm temperatures. Look at that sunshine all across the week, Vinny. If you've got any plans tomorrow for Veterans Day, you're going to go out to the parade. It starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you're headed out to that, 58 degrees is going to be our high temperature. Guys, ski resorts also opened today, actually. We saw Keystone, Breck, and Copper Mountain all opening up today. And if anyone is going out there for the weekend, it should be a warm weekend. Maybe a slight chance for just a few snow showers up in some of the northern mountains. But again, if you're sticking to your Copper Mountain, Loveland, any of those down closer into the central mountains, it should be a good weekend.
Well, that's all the time we have this week on the Met Report. Don't forget to tune in every Friday on Campus Channel 28 and Comcast Channel 58, and check us out on mymetmedia.com.